Okay, welcome to Turtle Racing installation videos. This is the quick diff transmission. What we're going to show you today is we're going to show you the procedure to pull out your diff. In the other videos we've shown you how to properly install the diff and the tranny case as far as from the beginning, the first installation, and this is changing out the diff. A couple things here. I don't have a sway bar on here. If you do have one, go ahead and unbolt it from the arms and keep it bolted to the bulkhead. And if you have the aluminum supports here or the aluminum shock uprights or anything, you're okay. Assembly is going to be the same, and disassembly is going to be the same. So we're going to jump right into it. First thing, go ahead and just pull out your body clips here on the rear roll bar to the bumper, and then we're going to pull the screws out of the tranny plate. You have two screws here, and then go ahead and pull the two screws in the back of the bumper here. So that's a little bit of clutch to it. Alrighty, and then we got two screws here at the rear pin brace or anti-squat plate, whichever you want to call it. Even if you have the stock, it's still a 0-degree anti-squat. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and pull the two E-clips on the back of the arm here. You have one on each side, hopefully, after running. And then at this point, we're going to go ahead and lift the car up. And you're going to have 6 screws on the bottom of the chassis that we're going to want to take out. And we're going to go ahead and take out the transmission screws into the bottom of the transmission. Then you're going to have 2 in the bulkhead, the rear bulkhead, the rear of the rear. And we have 2 into the rear bumper that we're going to want to take out. It's easiest just to take the bumper out of our way, get it over with. Okay, so at this point, go ahead and pull your bumper out. Try not to lose the 2 screws there in the bottom. And then you go ahead and push the 2 hinge pins for your rear arms. Just go ahead and push them up flush to the plate or a little bit in of it. Go ahead and pull that plate off there. Then go ahead and slide your rear bulkhead off, and that's going to give you your access to the quick change diff. And then go ahead and pull. You have 6 screws here, and we're going to pull those out right now. And go ahead and make sure that you get these all the way out of the diff cover. The rear access here, so that you're not tweaking anything. This is a pretty nicely made part, so we don't want to mess anything up. The realignment of it might be a little bit brutal. I dropped the screw, excuse me, I gotta get that before I forget where it went. Okay, so there we go, we have total access to it. It should be nice and loose and jiggly right here at this time. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put your thumbs on the rear chassis plate. You're going to go ahead and put 2 fingers up around the dog bones. And you're going to push down and pull it. Push down with your thumbs and pull back with the fingers at the same time. And you're going to go ahead and pop that assembly right out of there. Just like that. Okay, guys? Go ahead and keep the diff up in the transmission. And at this time, you can go ahead and just pull it out, slide your boots off, and do what you need to do. If you have cup supports on here, sometimes to get it back in, you're going to need to spin the shafts and get all of them lined up so that they go inside the cup braces to get in there. I'm not going to take this out today because I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how to remove and assemble the cover. One thing I wanted to mention was on the screws on your diff here, the cap screws on the diff housing, go ahead and make sure that those are on the right side of the car. That way, as you're running and coming off the ground and slamming and getting traction, you will not loosen the screws. I've been reading some things about guys loosening the diff screws or pulling their diffs out, and they get lucky because the screw's only halfway falling out or what. Don't take the chance. Run them on your right side. If your cups start to wear, flip the cups in the diff and go ahead and you get a second life out of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into assembling the rear cover. Go ahead and make sure your diff lines all up in there. Make sure all your bearings and everything are lined up. And then you're going to go ahead and go in with the top of it first. Slip it up in there. While holding your diff, put 2 fingers here, holding your diff up, go ahead and slide that up tight, and it's going to line it. Make sure it's all lined up in the bearings nice and well. So just go ahead and keep pressure on that there, and then you're going to take a hand and just go ahead and put it up above and grab a couple fingers on the chassis plate and put your thumb on the diff cover here in the back, kind of like a bowling ball. And then what you're going to do is you're going to push down on the rear chassis plate, and you're going to push forward with your thumb here. So what you want to do is just go ahead and put that in there. If you guys can get a picture on it there how I'm holding it, and like I said, just push down and push forward and you're installed. And there you go. So once you have all that in there, you're going to put the 6 screws in here, and then you're going to go ahead and tighten down the screws through your chassis plate. If any of these screws aren't lining up, you're going to want to just install all 8 screws, 6 up top, 2 down on the bottom. Make sure everything lines up, then tighten it up. It should line up really well if you did your first installation correctly. Okay, guys? So that's pretty much the assembly. Remember, 2 thumbs on the chassis, pull on the dog bones out. Get your fingers up here on the tranny plate. Pressure down with your thumb, push forward on the rear of the tranny, and she'll snap right into place. Alright guys, thanks for watching.